Where are we in this moment of time with the Boys and Girls Club in terms of the work that you hope to accomplish in Puerto Rico? Where do things stand, and where do you see the role of the club in the children's life and the life of the island?
So we are in a crossroad right now for a lot of things that are happening to our island in terms of the economic development of this country, the still recent passing of the big storm that really affect the life of children and family. But as an organization, this year we are turning 50 years of service in the community. And those 50 years really have helped us to reflect on what is really the role of Boys and Girls Club for our kids in our community and for the children in Puerto Rico. And that is something that is really provoking a deep change in what we're doing. So for the past 3 years, we have been transforming our programming. We have decided to go even deeper into activities that promote economic development for children and families. And concrete examples of that is that right now we have our first primary school that is aimed to provide basically the skills of the 21st century for children. And at the same time, we're working with young adults and parents, preparing them for careers and also going deeper into entrepreneurship.
You speak about breaking the cycle of poverty. What's the process of doing that?
Before, we had to understand the context of the island. The island has been, for years, decades, there have been a neglect in terms of the investment that we have provided for low-income families and their children. So when we look at how big the scope of the problem is right now, the poverty in Puerto Rico, children's poverty, is about 58%. So to bring that into context, when we think about poverty in the United States, the states that we come to mind is Mississippi, New Mexico. The child poverty rate of both of those states are around 30%. So you're talking about a place with American citizens that the child poverty rate is double the worst place in the United States. So that's the big context. To us, and something that we have seen is that what opportunities do we have for our families to break those cycles? Because poverty is bad in itself, but when you don't have mobility to escape poverty, it becomes a trap for generations. And what we have seen is that some of our families now have been living in poverty for 3 or 4 generations of the same condition. So what it requires from us is that we take a holistic look in terms of working with children, providing the path to better education, because it has been researched that through education, there's the most secure pathway out of poverty. But that child needs immediate improvement in their conditions on their home. And that requires that we work today with their parents in terms of opportunities for improving their skills, their job skills, and the opportunities to gain employment that it provides additional resources for the home.
What do you hope the impact of the club will be over the next 3 to 5 years?
We are looking to become the catalytic entity to really put the problem of child poverty on the table. A country cannot have a bright future if almost 6 out of 10 children live below poverty. That's not a sustainable path. For decades, our leaders have never really put that issue of child poverty on the table. And that is not only a Puerto Rico situation, this is also a national situation. The reality is that the situation of children in Puerto Rico have been kept invisible for a long time. Our hope is that through data and through results, we can show policymakers, that we can show stakeholders, that we can show advocates that Puerto Rico can have a different path if we put the resources where they need to be, and if we really start paying attention on the potential that it is for this island, the reversing of chronic child poverty.